As an actor, what's it like to be in this world? Not the human target world, but the whole Comic Con and WonderCon and comic book world where you have real passionate fans.
I really enjoy it, to be honest with you. You know, I mean, when I first got here, somebody came up to me and said, "Man, I really love Burn Notice." I said, "Oh, thanks," because you're probably going to hear that all day, though. Yeah. But generally, the audience, I love the audiences like at Comic-Con because they always ask the coolest questions, and they're passionate about things, and they really love the mythology of the characters and the story aspect of things. And I find that Comic-Con, they're generally much more interested in the characters and in the story as opposed to what did you have for breakfast this morning, or do you like riding horses, or where do you go on vacation. They're much more interested in the show, the characters, the story, and the mythology and the world that we're all kind of creating.
What's the most detailed question that you've gotten from one of these shows?
Most detailed question.
That may have been it right there.
That might have been it right there. That really had me thinking. I'm like, that might have been it. I can't really remember. Most questions I get, do you do your own stunts? Mm-hmm. I'll answer it if somebody wants to know. Do you do your own stunts? What's it like playing an action hero? And yeah.
So we can't answer those questions now.
I can if you want to know.
Well, we want to know. You don't want to ask them now.
Can you talk about the specific character relationships you have with the other two parts of the triangle on the show? I mean, it seems like you have a lot in common with Jackie's character, even though you can be at odds. But you know, it's a lot. You have a lot more of a negotiation with Winston. Can you just kind of talk about how that?
Well, I think Guerrero and I have a much better shorthand because they've been together in the various incarnations, together. I think they were probably served as mercenaries together, and they kind of worked together. So even from the pilot, we've chosen that Guerrero and I, we don't really have to look at each other in the eye all that much. It's kind of know what the other one is doing or what they're thinking. With Shai it's a little different because he came from the other side of the law. He was an ex-cop, and so they sort of they have a bond already, but they kind of have to build the steps to get there. They have to kind of create their own language together, and that's one of the cool things. I mean, the way I think Jackie came up with this first, he said the best way to describe the relationship is if to say, well, maybe Chance is an addict, and Shai's character Winston is his sponsor, and Jackie O'Haley Guerrero was probably his old drug dealer. So.
His enabler.
Yeah.
So you've had the opportunity to work with a lot of great female guest stars, Hart, and recently Image. Can you talk about that a little bit, the experience of working with all those?
Yeah, this is my life. What can I say? We've really gotten some really quality guest actors that have come on the show, and also shooting in Vancouver has been we've been very fortunate with that as well, because it's just a wonderful pool of actors that they take our guest people from. When we started this, Tricia Helfer was fantastic. She's everyone's kind of different in their own way, but our casting has just been phenomenal, and I'm just really happy about it. Yeah, there was Tricia Helfer, Moon Bloodgood did an episode. I hope they all kind of are able to come back, and we do enough seasons where we get to see these characters again.
I spoke to Tricia Helfer actually a little while ago, and she said she wants to come back. So.
Really? Mm-hmm. Good. We should make that happen.
I'll get right on that.
Let's make some deals happen right here.
You took sort of a strange...
WonderCon. This is where the deals are going down, right here.
Kind of an unusual route into acting. Can you talk a little bit about your first project? Was the John Schlesinger film, right? Where you were an extra.
Yeah, I was an extra.
And then you kind of finagled yourself some lines. Can you talk about how that developed, and did you ever do any actual training? Or?
Yeah, I started out. I mean, I was a soldier. I was in the army. I was stationed overseas in Berlin. There were some films coming into town after the wall came down, like Babelsberg Studios, and I was just in a store buying. I was leaving the army, I knew that, and I was in a store buying jeans or something, and somebody said, "Would you like to be an extra in a film? We need soldiers to be in this film." So I thought, well, it'd be a good thing to see, and check that out. And once I got there, it felt like I'd gotten to go behind the curtain and see what happens inside the circus for the first time. I really want to do this. I want to join. I was working as an extra, and a couple of little things happened where I didn't necessarily get a break where people started hiring me, but I got enough little things happen that started giving me enough self-confidence to feel like maybe I could actually do this, or maybe I could try it, or whatever. One of the advantages was being in Germany at the time, so I didn't have to deal with all my American friends saying, yeah, everybody would like to be an actor, you retard. It was more like, who cares? Nobody knows me here. I can try it.
Sorry, guys, last question. Do you have any more?
So I just want to ask, are you familiar with the new Human Target comic book that's based off the show?
Yeah, I bought actually the last issue off the stand in Vancouver at a comic book store.
And what do you think about the art? Do you think that does it look like you? You think?
It does look a little bit more like me. The guy doesn't have that gray, gray patch anymore. He's got like light colored hair and looks like me on steroids. That was kind of, I figure I've kind of made it in showbiz now. If I look like,
And now you need a little action figure of yourself.
Yeah, and then that's just icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Then I'm done. Yeah. Nice to meet you guys.
Great.
All right, thank you.